Okay, hello everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and this is the Print on Demand Mastery course. We are in session 3. So we're going to be talking about, we're going to get ready to get started to do our first design. So before we get into it, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that everyone got a chance to start on their homework. I think Lyria got the video or uploaded the video last Saturday. I think it was Saturday that she was able to get that uploaded so that you have a chance to review it. If you did not get a chance to review it, I will definitely send an email after this class so that you can go through and finish your assignments from session 2 and also session 1. Session 1, we gave you some accounts to set up, the free versions. If you didn't get that done, we're actually going to take a deeper dive into those accounts today. So the first thing that I suggested that we do, or that you do, is that we establish 1 to 3 goals, at a minimum 1 goal that you want to accomplish or achieve as part of this class. The next is to create a schedule, an interim schedule, something that you can follow when it comes to your print on demand business. So it can be a simple schedule where you work an hour or 2 hours every single week. I do strongly recommend every single day. Sorry. I do strongly recommend that you do at a minimum 2 hours, 5 days a week, if that is possible, if your schedule will allow it. If your schedule is so busy and so hectic that you're not able to do that, then I completely understand. But the more time that you can spend in this print on demand business, the more income potential that you can have long-term. So if you can establish a baseline of blocking out at least 2 hours, that's great. If you have to sort of consolidate or stack your time, where maybe it's not every single day, maybe it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you do 3 hours, and then Saturday you do 4, that's fine. I'm just trying to get you somewhere close to 10 hours a week in your print on demand business. Okay. So put together a mock schedule so that you can show yourself that you're committed to actually making this print on demand business work. I hate it when people take courses and they don't get to apply it. So I really want you to apply this. Create a schedule so you'll be able to follow it and use it to help you stay on track and on target. The next is I suggested in the last session that you review the copyright information I shared and the trademark information that I shared. That's going to be very important because I don't want you to get into a situation where, you receive an email regarding some copyright infringement, or, you get in trouble for a trademark. We've talked about the big ticket items, like don't blatantly go out there and create like Disney products, because Disney is trademarked and you don't have the money that Disney has. Their attorneys have super deep pockets and we have very shallow pockets. So don't get yourself in trouble with Disney, okay? And then the next thing that I suggested is I want you to think about long-term, bigger picture. Think beyond this class, think beyond the next 6 months. Is this something that you feel like I really want to create a brand? Some of us have a vision for our e-commerce businesses, and so we have ideas and we never implement them, we never execute them, or we do them partially. And so this is your opportunity to begin the process of establishing a brand. And if that's something you want to do, you definitely want to do a trademark. I can tell you doing trademark is going to cost you some money because you got to file with the patent office, and getting a copyright is going to cost you just a little bit of money. But remember, you can't copyright everything. So I encourage you, if you think this is something you want to leave a legacy for your kids, or you want to build something for yourself, begin the process of establishing a brand. You'll benefit from it long term. Then the next thing is I suggested that you write down the things that interest you. So session 3 and session 4 is all about printables and downloadables. Session 5 and session 6 are all about physical products. Session 7 and session 8 are all about book-related products. So what printables, if you didn't write down anything, this is your opportunity to pause for a second and write down at least one thing that you think you potentially want to create or do. Same thing with physical products, same thing with books, so that way you're not starting from scratch when we get into these sessions. Because again, I know you're balancing whatever you have going on in your personal life with, running your households, and if you're working a 9 to 5 and trying to do this class. So if you do it in advance, then that way, when we come to that session, you can just flip to that and say, oh, I said I was going to create this product. So it makes it much easier for you. So I hope that everybody had a chance. If you didn't get a chance to listen to the last session, again, I think Larry put it up on Saturday. So go and listen to session 2 if all of this sounds a little foreign to you because maybe you weren't able to participate. And then this session should be uploaded, if not tomorrow, at least by Saturday, so you can listen to the replay. But these are assignments for you. And I will make sure I'll send you an email after this class that includes this checklist and all of the hyperlinks that I recommended that you review. Okay, so today, session 3, the outline is that the first thing we're going to do is talk about product research and niche research. Then we're going to get into keyword and tag research. Next, we're going to get into product validation and hot niches. We're really probably going to cover hot niches before we get into product validation, but that's okay. Then we're going to go through some printable and digital and downloadable product ideas. Lastly, we're going to create our account so we're ready to go, and we're going to talk about developing our products. So we're going to work through or start the early stages of beginning to create the product that we had our idea about. So that means that session 4, we're going to spend probably a good chunk of that class creating the product. If we don't get much started today, we're going to flesh that out so that we actually have a real product that we can create a real listing, and it will be live for us. So I'll show you a few different things. We'll look at my accounts. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in mine, and meaning some of my accounts, so that it gives you an opportunity to get some ideas. So that's today's plan. So if you didn't write down your idea for what printable or downloadable, hopefully some of the stuff that I mentioned will help you as we get ready to move into creation mode. So the first thing is around product research and niche research. And so with printables and downloadables, let me just say, we're going to be covering, and this is session 3, session 5, session 7. We're going to be covering the same cycle of product research, niche research. So in the next 2 sessions that we do product research and niche research, it's going to probably be a little faster, but again, the research is going to be similar, but a little different because of the fact that we're talking about physical products and books. So just be prepared for, hey, this sounds familiar. But in any case, product research is the process of analyzing potential products to sell in your print-on-demand business. So we have so many potential products when we look at the list today that you can create. Hopefully you wrote down something. The goal or the objective is to figure out if this is the product that you're interested in, that inspires you, that you're like, I've always wanted to do this thing, or I'm really good at this thing over here. Knowing that with print on demand, you don't have to be an expert. You really don't have to be an expert at design or creation to be able to do this. Then there's niche research. So with products, let's say that we're going to create coloring books. We're going to create coloring pages for kids for the summertime, because summer's coming. What a niche is within coloring books, let's get more specific. Let's get more detailed. Let's get more niche down. So the example that I would use is, yeah, coloring books is a niche. It is. But if I'm going to niche down, maybe I'm going to create coloring books for Bible study or for kids that are going to VBS, that's Vacation Bible School, for those who don't know what VBS is. And so you have some coloring pages for those kids that are doing VBS, okay? You could do coloring pages for pets. Maybe you're going to focus on dogs. Maybe you focus on cats. Maybe you focus on nature. Maybe you do coloring pages for objects in the house. So like your stuff in the living room, stuff that's in the bathroom, stuff that's in the kitchen. Maybe you do it for clothes. Maybe you do it for clothes and shoes. Maybe you do it for food. So again, all of those are examples of niches. When you're doing niche research, you're trying to figure out, to some extent, what is the popularity of this particular niche that I'm interested in? And sometimes what is the traffic? What is the demand for this particular product? So in niche research, again, you're going to be doing some research to figure out if the thing that you're interested in is something that people are spending money on. Is it something that people are willing to buy, that people are buying? Or is this new territory and something that really is not getting a lot of traffic? Or is it a saturated market? Okay. Now, I will tell you, I have been doing e-commerce since 2014, but I've actually been selling since 2008. And if I have not heard the word, oh, that is so saturated, so many times, so many times. I don't want you to be, to get frustrated or to be distracted by the fact that somebody says something is saturated. There's always an opportunity within a specific product niche. There's always an opportunity. There's going to be people that will do coloring pages on pets, but maybe you're going to do coloring pages on dogs, or maybe you're going to do coloring pages on cats, or maybe, kids who have turtles or lizards or guinea pigs. Like, again, giving you the opportunity to niche down, because somewhere, some little boy or girl really loves guinea pigs and they're going to want to color them. So even if the demand is not high, maybe the competition is low, giving you the opportunity to dominate that specific niche. There's always an opportunity. So don't let the word, that's saturated, distract you or make you feel dejected about even doing print on demand. So with that, we're moving on. Hopefully that, just the examples that I gave, make a little bit of sense. So some of the product ideas when it comes to printable or downloadable products. So party invitations, definitely, you can print your party invitations out. You have definitely go get your card stock or go get your paper at your Staples, or you can order online from Amazon, or go get it at Office Depot, not Home Depot, and print out invitations. We're talking about invitations for weddings. Those may actually be ordered professionally. You got kids parties, you got, hey, we're going to have, just a little summer get together at a school party, whatever that happens to be. So creating invitations, there are people that make money just creating designs for invitations, something simple that people can print off and write in or type in those fields. Planners, planner sheets, organizer sheets, things that you need to track or keep track of. I think that as, I guess, generation continues to age, there's all kinds of sheets that are helpful for tracking medications. If you have home health care and a nurse is coming in, and maybe this is the first time that a nurse is coming in to care for your aging relative, parent, friend, loved one, whatever that happens to be, you want to keep charts or keep sheets on nurses that are clocking in and out, and what medications and what meals they fed them and how much they drank, and how often they went to the restroom, like that kind of stuff. And so those types of medical logs are helpful. Organizing things like, okay, this is the meal that this person needs to eat, so this is what they can have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And oh, by the way, this is when they take their pills. So having a sheet that people can fill in, or information where they can track it, blank sheets. There are sellers that make money selling blank sheets. Now, you're not going to get rich doing that. But again, once you create the sheets, you don't ever create them again. They exist in the universe forever. That's the one thing I love about printable and downloadable products. Like, you can create them and never have to create them again. You can create many other things, but again, those sheets will just be out there and people can just buy them. You can create variations on those sheets, and different people are going to find the appeal of what it is that interests them. Right now, I'm in the middle of working on an organizer or planner for families with special needs kids. Again, something that the community needs, but we started off with just the single sheets. So trackers for your budget, trackers for losing weight, trackers for paying off bills, trackers for, writing down how many steps you took today or how much you walked, what did you eat, trackers for saving money, trackers for all kinds of stuff. People create tracking logs for all kinds of stuff. There's tracking logs for everything. What did I eat today? How much TV did I watch today? How much work did I get done today? What was the work I did today? Mileage that you drive, how much you had in profit and sales, or what products sold, all of those things. So tracking logs, so many different tracking logs. Okay. Stickers, there are printable stickers. You got to, most of those, there's the two different types. There's the kind that are actually a specific shape, and more than likely you're going to use a vendor to be able to work on those. But there are stickers that you can just buy the little sticker sheets and just print the design onto the sheet, and then people will just use that. Most of the time it's in a block form. So, but stickers, journals, all pages that would go into journals, pages that would go into workbooks, templates, different types of templates, coloring pages, which I mentioned before, stationery. And then, we've got, I already mentioned budget and savings trackers, but gift tags, Christmas cards, shopping lists. Like, you could sell sheets just for shopping. When you think about, again, that person that may be shut in and someone's coming by the house, they can write into their sheet what it is that they need. Someone can take that out of the 3-ring binder and go to the store, buy the stuff, check it off as they go, and put the sheet back. So again, someone is buying those sheets. People actually do use those. Different games. There's all types of sheet pages for games. So you got everything from the stuff where you're looking for where's Waldo. Can you figure out the differences? The little crossword puzzles, the fill in the words, types of puzzles, all kinds of, I think my son, we used to have him do maze sheets where he had to figure out how to get out of the maze. And so we would do those maze sheets. Now, I know some of that sounds very intricate and you're like, I'm not creating that kind of stuff. Right now, you might not. Right now, you might not, but maybe in the future, you never know. Wine bottle labels. So there's a lot of people who love to label stuff. Again, giving them blank sheets for labeling stuff. We already did coloring pages twice. I don't know why that's there. Candy wrapper. So people who sell stuff, especially if they're making it homemade, again, giving them fancy labels to be able to do that. So you create a design and people can buy your design label, and then they can write in or fill in what it is that they want to put in the middle. Blank sheets for wish list, want list, chore list, all that kind of stuff. Thank you cards, gift card holders. We could go on and on the types of things. What I don't see here is like, okay, recipe cards. Those are great ones, especially like you could do smoothie recipes or you can do meal recipes. So recipe cards to go in the kitchen, always a great thing. Cleaning instructions for those people who had the kids home this summer. And so, especially like my kids, as I raise my hand, like, okay, cleaning is not their gift because somebody has to work with them most of the time. So having the 2-step, 3-step, or 4-step instruction on what you need to do to clean this room. So we have those sheets like all over the house, of whether the steps to clean something. So someone might buy just the sheet so they can write in what the chores are. And then parents will buy chore charts, like blank sheet chore charts all the time. I remember I've bought some of those myself. So people will buy automotive maintenance logs. People will buy blank sheets for doing a will or doing their estate. People will buy blank sheets for taking care of their car, AC units, like different things. Landlords will buy sheets on someone that's come out to their property and done certain things so they can keep track of how many visits to this particular location so that they can pay these people. So again, invoices, blank invoices. I could go on and on printable and downloadable ideas. Key is that you found something or you figure out something that you're interested in. We'll go look at some in just a second. So here's some examples, not this, but yeah, these are some examples of just printables, giving kids stuff to do, giving people stuff to do, tracking stuff. I have in the kitchen right now, like a whole tablet of a shopping list that just tear off pages. So someone took the single pages and put them together in a stack, had them printed so they're glued together, and just rip them off one at a time. Love it. Easy to do, easy to follow, because the boys are responsible for cooking. Although today I had to cook. I was not happy about that. But anyways, so as part of this journey, of figuring out what it is you're going to do, one of the things that you're going to need is you're going to need to know what the keywords are for the things that you're going to sell. So keywords are words that identify, or most relevant, what this thing is, what the niche is. So if I am creating accounting sheets, the keyword is the fact that it is accounting sheets, budget sheets, meal tracking sheets. Like those are the keywords themselves. And you're going to use them in the title. You also use them in the description. And if they could be used for other stuff, you're going to mention that as well. But the keywords are, what is it that people would be searching for? If you go to Google and you type in, you're looking for something, the words that you type in to find that thing, those are the keywords. So whatever words you would type in to find that thing, those are the same words that somebody else would use. And if it is something that is so versatile that could be used so many different ways, like a blank log sheet, like you could go so many different directions depending on how it's designed, on how you want to use this log sheet. So, it could be absence tracking log, it could be vacation tracking log, it could be, grocery list log, like it could be all kinds of things depending on how it was designed. But it is the words that identify what this thing is and also how people are searching for it. So what is it used for? What is it? What is it used for? What is this intent? And how are people searching for it? Now, tag research, again, is very similar to keyword research. And so the tags are, I would call them sort of long tail keywords to some extent, because it may be the longer phrases that people would use for this to try and search for this thing. It also may be related to the category. So if we were doing printable sheets, so the category is definitely in printable or downloadables. And if we were doing sheets for kids, so these are all printables for kids, that's probably going to be the tags that I'm going to use, because I could be selling all kinds of downloadable sheets that are for kids. I could be doing coloring, I could do alphabet, shapes, vehicles, occupations. Like you could create flashcards, you can have coloring pages, you can do educational pages, free handwriting pages, like you can have all kinds of stuff, but it is for kids. And if it's specifically educational, I might do educational as the category, kids educational sheets, and putting that into the tag as well. So depending on what it is you want to focus on, you can go a couple of different ways so people will find it. So if I'm looking for educational sheets, everything that's got educational kids, educational sheets, or learning sheets, they're all going to be somewhat grouped together because people are going to be using the same tags or similar tags. And then from there, you can drill down to, well, I want the alphabet. So there's two different ways in which this person or someone could be looking for it. They could be looking for alphabet sheets, or they can just be looking for general kids, educational sheets, learning sheets, that kind of stuff. So with your keyword research and with your tag research, you can use some of the same tools to be able to do that research. So I always say, just go do a Google search and put in the first couple of words. But the only place in this example, because we're talking about downloadables and printables, that I would send you to, I would send you to Etsy. You can also go over to eBay because there's printables and downloadables over there. Amazon, they may have a handful of things, but most of that stuff is not going to be exactly what we're looking for. It's going to be pre-made and by some major manufacturer probably, and it's going to be in some form of a bulk form. Whereas with Etsy, somebody's creating something custom, unique, or it's more specific, so it's drilled down. You probably won't find it on Walmart either. But in any case, you can go to Etsy, do a search, and though whatever words you're putting into the search, those are the keywords. You can also use the tool eRank. I suggest that everybody create a free account with eRank, and you can see what the keywords are that are coming up in eRank. You're also going to use keywords to do some of your research to figure out what your competition is going to be. Google Trends is absolutely free. So if you don't want to establish an eRank account, you can use Google Trends to do some research. Just type in Google Trends. And then there is Keywords Everywhere. Keywords Everywhere allows you to do research, and it is $10 for 100,000 words, 100,000 searches, sorry. So I do like Keywords Everywhere. I do like eRank. I also like Google Trends to do some level of research. Now with your tag research, you could use Google Keyword Planner. You do have to have a Google Ads account to be able to get to Keyword Planner. Back in the day, you didn't have to have it. Today, you do. You can use eRank to figure out or to find the tags. You can also just go to Etsy and look at some of the listings to better understand what some of the tags are. And there are other tools that you can use, like you can pay for SEMrush, although they may have, like there's a couple of them, Ahrefs and SEMrush, that you can get tags and keywords from them. But most of those are like paid accounts that are, you got to spend a little bit more money. But going through and doing that exercise is good for you so that you can figure out what it is that we are looking for. Okay, so I think, so here's some examples. Like if we were going to do some niche research, yoga, so exercise sheets, maybe I'm doing different positions. So maybe you created some sheets where it's animated pictures of someone doing the different yoga poses, or maybe it's just the text of what the yoga poses are. Like hold this for 5-10 seconds and do this position and hold it for 10 seconds and do this position and hold it for 10 seconds. You have a log that goes with that so you can do some tracking. Other type of stuff like sports. So maybe your child is into soccer, maybe they run track like my son, so you got to know what the schedule is. So having a calendar, what the sports schedule is going to be, or what sports activities your child is in. Monday is baseball, Tuesday is football, Wednesday is soccer, like trying to keep track of everything and keeping it organized. Sheets for music. So my children used to play music. I know a lady who has a lovely son who plays music. He does it like freehand. He is really good. But again, blank music sheets, so you can write down the keys onto the music sheets. Pets, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do if you want to give your kids chores and they need to, one of the chores is taking care of the pet. How many times did you take him for a walk? How many times did you feed him? How much, same thing. I would say more like with fish, really, but because you have to make sure your kids don't overfeed the fish for sure. You kill them. But again, different sheets to be able to track what's happening with your pets. And it is a niche. Travel. So people will order or buy travel tags, custom made travel tags. And something that you can make. Food, tracking your food, doing menus, creating recipes, or even a long-term recipe book. So one of the things that we did in the summer print on demand class was someone was talking about doing recipes, and I said, well, what I would do is definitely create the individual sheets now. And then as you create the sheets, you're building towards actually creating your own recipe book. So, if your target is to create 5 or 6 recipe sheets that are specifically for vegans or specifically for people that are gluten-free or casein-free or people that are interested in keto diet or whatever it happens to be, then you can continue to create those every single week. And at the end of a week, maybe you got 10 created. And then at the end of a couple of months, maybe you have enough pages, 200 pages worth, to be able to convert all of those recipes into a book. So all of the work doesn't go to waste. You can sell the individual recipes and you can also sell the book. Same thing with, I'm changing the subject, so we're going down into themes, but inspirational and religious.